Here's what Trump had to say about new tariffs on Mexico. He says it will be in response to migrants entering the U.S. from the southern border. Take a listen.
If they don't stop this onslaught of criminals and drugs coming into our country, I'm going to immediately impose a 25% tariff on everything they send in to the United States of America. And the reason I delayed that, you're the first ones I've told it to. Congratulations, North Carolina. And it's only got a 100% chance of working, because if that doesn't work, I'll make it 50. And if that doesn't work, I'll make it 75 for the tough guys. And I'll make it 100. Then I'll make it 100.
And former President.
Wow. Wow. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Franchise Pearson, and welcome to my channel. It is November 7th, 2024, 9:22 in the a.m. Happy Thursday. Let's say it together. Praise our God from whom all blessings flow. People, I've done a few immigration videos this year. And this one will be probably one of the most powerful ones I have done. Trump is warning. And as he is warning, people are making moves. And immigrants, in anticipation of this, have been on the move. Oh yeah. And I have said in other videos that more than likely an immigrant will unalive him again. I've said in other videos that the odds are an immigrant will unalive him. We are coming face to face with the reality of a broken law, which could inevitably unalive a president of the United States. Translated, this current administration has blood on their hands. Look, and it already has been transpiring, and it could very well be. I tell you, it's called sacrifice, people. I said it's called sacrifice. And it didn't have to be, but the powers had to build it up like this. And so you kind of fall in the trap and you kind of react to it, and unfortunately you pay a price. And that's what the powers want. They want a situation similar to JFK, where it takes all the spiritual and psychological oxygen out of America. You see, did you see the commentators and the supporters of Kamala Harris crying on the internet and emotionally unhinged? The top two issues arguably in America are immigration and the economy. They're twined. Just think if all the millions of dollars over the last few years had been spent on we the people. Oh, what a beautiful day that would be. It's like having a stimulus check, ain't it? It's gonna go down with the ship. You might as well spend it on us. But yeah, one of the first moves of order by this soon-to-be swearing-in president on January 20th of 2025 will be the tariffs and the moves. And I wouldn't be surprised, and I've said it before, because I don't live too far from a sanctuary city / housing of thousands of immigrants in a building. I wouldn't be surprised that they begin to move out. And I hope I catch that day so I can bring it to you live. But I digress, because I want to show you a tie-in, possibly. It's deep. This we have, a video just came out a day ago. Look at that. Caravan, 3,000 migrants march toward United States because they heard, they knew that Trump meant business. And maybe the powers that be knew already who they were going to select. And so the floodgates have been opened. This is criminal activity, but watch. Droves, the invasion, the exodus, the breaking of Americans' laws.
Porque ahí se mata la clase obrera, manchada de rojo. Está en la frontera. La clase obrera. No somos criminales. Compañeros, apoyémoslos unos a nosotros, compañeros. Seamos solidarios, que así vamos a...
Isn't it amazing how they pull this off? A large caravan of 3,000 migrants heading towards the United States as the nation decides who will be the 47th president. According to the New York Post, Border Patrol agents are describing the march towards the U.S. as a mad dash while Joe Biden remains president. A mad dash, isn't that something? Come on, Kamala, where you at? This is ridiculous. This is happening during the anticipation of Trump and the transition of power. You still letting this foolishness happen? Where's the respect to we the people? We said we don't want it. The group of migrants were seen walking out of Tapalooza, roughly 50 miles from the Guatemalan border in South Mexico. Among the caravan were men, women, children attempting the exhausting 2,000-mile journey to America. And what gets me, people, is that they're going to get all this money and we're still crippling. But you know, I told you before on other channel that, look, this is photo op. You know why? Because a few people have done their due diligence and shown that a lot of these people were brought in on buses. And then about a mile away, they let them out the bus, then they walked the remainder. And it pulls at your heartstring like, man, they walked all those days and nights. I'm not saying that some haven't done it, but I'm saying some of them are just photo op. Nice, clean clothes, brand new baby strollers, brand new backpacks, looking good, hair all nice and manicured. Really? Okay. What's all this about? Nice and orderly, organized? It's amazing. A Border Patrol source close to the New York Post revealed they knew the U.S. election would trigger a new wave of mass immigration. Isn't that something? If Trump wins, they are going to try to get here before he's in office. I can't say that word, but look at that. Isn't that something? Some of the migrants marching towards the U.S. revealed their feelings about the presidential election and candidates. Yeah, well, we finally got somebody in there that's going to stop the bleeding. Listen.
And now one of the most important issues on voters' mind is now playing out in real time as the U.S. election reaches its dramatic conclusion. A caravan of over 2,000 migrants, it's making its way north from Mexico, adding fuel to the already fiery debate over immigration. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump hold vastly different views on how to handle the border crisis, and both are using this moment to define their campaigns. Fearing Donald Trump's return to the White House, more migrants are making a dash for the United States in hopes of getting in before any reprisals from a possible second Trump administration. Here's our story with more as we track the large caravan of migrants headed to the U.S. border.
In just 2 weeks, the United States will decide its next leader. But even as campaign rallies roar and candidates...
So yeah, like I said in my live the other night, my live show, my 6-hour show, we are on the cusp. If we didn't stop the bleeding of all these immoral moves and draconian policies of being internally taken over, that is slowly implode. That's the plan, people. It's bigger than immigration. Because a lot of these people are military age men. Think about it.
Venezuela, viva la América Latina libre.
Completamente. La estrategia tanto de republicanos como demócratas es alargar su frontera hacia esta frontera sur. Porque queremos decirle a los Estados Unidos que mujeres y niños migrantes no somos moneda de cambio.
We are not bargaining chips for your political differences. Did you read that? He says, we are not bargaining chips for your political differences. You come over the right way. It's not being a bargaining chip. You do things the right way. There's no respect for the country, people. There's no, absolutely zero respect doing it this way. People, there's a lot of things I want to say, but I don't want to get kicked off this channel. This is wrong. They come over here with an attitude, as far as I'm concerned. Not all of them. This is crazy. Let me hasten on. This is a video I created the other day. Back in the day when my parents divorced, my dad left his LPs, that is his albums, with my mom. And I had a whole lot of oldies but goodies. One of the albums that I had was by Quincy Jones, who just died a few days ago, and that's why I did this video. Notice above Quincy Jones' head, there's the word Exodus. And allegedly it's bathed in blood, red. I sold the album because it gave me the creeps. But what I want you to understand is that I believe that this is symbolic. And do the powers do things decades in advance? Yes, they do. Some will say allegedly that this album pointed to now and Donald J. Trump. Exodus, just what it means. An exodus. It's deep, y'all. I said it's deep. Listen. Immigration, right? What is immigration? Exodus. This is one of the albums that my dad had in his collection. Okay? One of the albums. And like I said, look above it. It says Exodus. It says Exodus. When you think Donald Trump, you think immigration, right? What is immigration? Exodus. Exodus is the second book of the Bible. Genesis and Exodus. Israel was trying to do what? Come up out of Egypt. You think America's not the modern day Egypt? The mystery of Babylon? I say we are. But look, Exodus, right above his head. Why it just had to be right above his head? Exodus. It's deep. Exodus is the fourth song on this album. Quincy Jones Hip Hop, Red and Black is Sacrifice. Was this speaking to the future, Red and Black? Fourth song, 320. 320. Now watch this here. Here it is here. And Exodus comes out to what? 88. whose text number is 88022. Trump. Boom! I never liked that album cover. It spoke to me when in my teenage years, and I got rid of the album because it was spooky to me. Because God had me decoding as early as 17 years old. I never liked it. And I'm not surprised God gave me a destiny to do this. He just gave me a gift, people. Now look at this. Trump immigration. Trump, you know what he said? As soon as he get in office, what he gonna do? He gonna start sending them back. So that might start tomorrow. Exodus, immigration. Same word when you think about it. Now look at this here. This you see this here, it says Watermelon Man. January 1st, 1963. January 1st, 1963. Let me show you. Okay. Watermelon Man is on this album. I believe it is here. Watermelon Man is the 11th song on this album. Okay. Quincy Jones, the one I don't like. Watermelon Man. Why am I showing you that? Because I need to show you these dates and I'm gonna wrap it up. This album came out January 1st, 1963. There's your 6-3 again, like 3 6s, 666. That's the way I look at it. January 1st, 1963. When you take January 1st, 2025, the next anniversary of this album coming out, subtracted from yesterday when he died, Quincy Jones. You know what the difference is? 8 weeks and 4 days. Who was born August 4th? Barack Obama. And then, January 1st again, 2024. The album date, subtracted from 11/3, the day that Quincy Jones just died. The difference is 308 days, or what? 44 weeks. Who's the 44th president? 44th President Barack Obama. Are these things orchestrated? The build-up for Donald Trump to handle immigration. There's Exodus, like I said, 88. When Trump lost to Joe Biden the first time around, the Electoral College vote was 306 for Biden and 232 for Trump. The difference was 74. And guess what? Trump was 74 years old at the time. And his text number is 88022. Exodus speaking. He's the one to deal with this immigration issue. It's deep. Now, if you put immigration and Trump together, that is migration Trump comes out to 194. 194. The 194th day of the year. Hold on to your hat. The 194th day of the year is July 13th. I know your mouth is on the ground. Mine was too this morning. Migration Trump. The 194 comes out to July 13th. Seeing is believing. Migration Trump. What is July 13th? Thomas Matthew Crooks, a 20-year-old man from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, who went after Trump. He was on top of a roof and he injured his ear. Remember that in Pennsylvania? In other words, boom. July 13th, the 194th day of the year. 194, migration Trump. Oh, it's deep. Baby, it's deep. It's written in the stars. Then look, here's his birthday. Whose birthday? Thomas Crook, 9/20/2003. The boy who went after Trump. Remember him? He was on the roof. Remember that? His birthday, September 20th. Take September 20th of 2023, subtracted from election day, well, Trump won 11-5. The difference is 46. Oh, snap. JFK, George Floyd, George Orwell, Beau Biden, they all became unalive at 46. 46 is destruction. That means X, taking you out. So you want to tell me that this boy's birthday, subtracted from election day, psychologically matches 7/13 of the attempt on Trump? Yes, capital YES. And it's all connected, in my humble opinion, to 194 again, July 13th. This is Trump's dilemma, baby. This is his dilemma. But watch this. I foretold this in a video I did a few weeks ago. Who mentioned the Grateful Dead at New York Trump rally? Tucker Carlson. What did he do? I called him Chris Tucker by accident, but it's Tucker Carlson. He mentioned he was in New York at Madison Square Garden where he saw the Grateful Dead. Key word, Grateful Dead. Look at this. And guess who's speaking at the rally as well? Chris Tucker. I want you to listen to what he says, because I teach the 5 C's, right? Of clues, codes, colors, the confirmation, time, and conclusion. I want you to listen to his words, and I'm gonna pause, and then I have something to show you, okay?
Thank you! I saw the Grateful Dead in this arena in 1987. I was seated right there. How weird. It's such an honor to be here, and it's wild. Just another day following Bobby Kennedy Jr. at a Donald Trump rally in Madison Square Garden.
He's really having fun, isn't he? Listen to his words again. I want you to really catch this, and I got something to show you. It's going to be mind-blowing.
Thank you! I saw the Grateful Dead in this arena in 1987. I was seated right there. How weird. It's
The Grateful Dead. Remember the group Grateful Dead? Well, the Grateful Dead did their first show. Look. The band's first show was at Maggio's Pizza Parlor at 639 Santa Cruz Avenue in suburban Menlo Park. Magoo's Pizza. On May 5th. Magoo's Pizza. 1965. May 5th, 1965. Okay? Watch this. May 5th, 1965, subtracted from today's date, 10/27/2024. He's speaking at the New York rally for Trump, right? Do you see the difference? 713 months and 22 days. Now, as you go in the shop, some of you all, look, I get it. It's amazing what I find. There's your 713. Isn't that something? 713. Let me venture off something. After I did that video, someone had sent me information about the Grateful Dead and about a guy dying. And I followed up on it. I think it was this one. Let me see here. You can still complain. Let me see if I can do that. If I can find this guy, the gentleman who died. Yeah, there he is there. Yeah. This is interesting. Let's play this here. Let's see what we have here. Wow, right? Take a bow. It's a joke, ain't it? Isn't this sick? Is this what you call sick humor? Allegedly? Here we go. So let's look at this here. Here's Phil. This is the guy from the Grateful Dead who just recently died. October 25th of 2024. He was 84 years old. Barack Obama was born August 4th. Is that coincidence? Watch these 713s because I believe it's all connected to the immigration issue. Watch. It's pointing toward it. Phil Leach. Phil Chapman Leach was born March 15, 1940 in Berkeley, California, and began playing classical violin before switching to cool jazz, big band trumpet. His official death biography said he died at 84. And you know Barack Obama was born August 4th. But I've also been teaching recently the systems would deal with 84 and 44. But look at these dates. March 15th, 1940, October 25th, 2024. So you mean to tell me this man was mentioned by Tucker Carlson, that is the band Grateful Dead was mentioned by Tucker Carlson. He said he had went to see them play at Madison Square Garden, where he was now speaking at the Trump rally. He said in 1987, he witnessed this man playing the band. Now this was on October 27th. This is when Tucker Carlson said this. This is yesterday. But 2 days before that, this man died. I'm just saying.
Holiday shopping has never been easier or more.
All right, we're gonna give way to the commercial. We'll go back. His birthday, again, Phil Leach, is 3/15/1940. He died 10/25/2024. Are you ready for the difference? Look at that. Isn't that deep? 84 years, 7 months, 1 week, 3 days. From the time this man was born, he lived 84 years. Barack Obama was born August 4th. And he lived 7 months, 1 week, and 3 days, 713. How is that possible? Come on, man. It's being orchestrated and it's pointing toward in relation to, I don't care what nobody says, it's all tied in because the 713 is speaking. The 194th day of the year is 713. They keep giving us clues. Let me wrap this up. Here's the comedian that made the first joke at Madison Square Garden that to me started all this 713 off for me mentally. Again, I did this video this morning. He cracked a joke on O.J. Simpson, Puerto Ricans, and blacks. Well, his birthday is June 8th of 1984. His next birthday is June 8th, 2025. Subtracted from yesterday's event, 10/27 of 2024, you get 7 months and 13 days. Don't tell me all this is a coincidence, people. Yes, this comedian, where Tony cracked that joke, right? He cracked that joke about Puerto Ricans on the island, right? So anniversary of his birthday versus the day he said it, the difference is 7 months and 13 days, 7/13. Last but not least, the president and the man that I believe arguably Trump most admires, JFK. Again, he met his demise at 46 years old. 46 speaks. The day he was born was May 29th, 1917. He's buried in Arlington National Cemetery, Lot 45. Lot 45. Trump was the 45th president. Want to add to it? May 29th. Take May 29th, 2024, just had an anniversary of his birthday, versus 7/13/2024, the day that that young man on the roof did something to Trump's ear. What's the difference? 45. Are you kidding me, Pearson? No. 45 days after the July 13th incident, 45 days later, in other words, 45 days after JFK's birthday, anniversary, 45 days later, boom, the 7/13 incident happened. 45 days. Tell me that ain't deep. 45 days. "45 days before JFK's birthday, this guy on 7/13 did something." I'm telling you. 194 is speaking. Immigration, Trump. But it will be a dummy Trump. It will be a substitute. But the goal is to throw us into a psychological frenzy. The question is, will he make it to January 20th of 2025? I'm gonna throw a little note out there. Kamala Harris already became president back in the day. You can Google it. November 19th, 2021. Because Biden had to go somewhere and get something taken care of. 11/19/2021 is when Kamala Harris became president for 1 hour and 25 minutes. That's 85 minutes total. 85 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, comes out to March 6th, 3/6. My name is Friendshot Pierce. If you like the work, please subscribe. Please do a thumbs up. I do several videos a day. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell. God bless you. Jesus is coming again. It's my goal to not only educate you, but let you know the powers are developing a one world system, and they got to go through these shenanigans to do it. We got to push Trump with our agenda, because we already put salvation on the ballot. Now we got to move like Moses. God bless you and family.